The mirror of my mind, time after time, I see reflections of you and me, reflections of the way life used to be, reflections of the love you took from me. No mountain high enough, no valley low enough, no river wide enough, keep me from you. Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough, keep me from you. You know I don't mind.
Oh, you know I don't mind crossing you. You mean the world to me. Oh, I found in you my endless love.
You've given me the best years of my life. I wanna thank you.
And her career really doesn't need much explanation. This year she's celebrating 30 years in the business with an overwhelming 78-track compilation CD set, amongst other things. We spoke to her about the early years and one subject that's close to her heart, motherhood. With over 10 #1 singles, numerous gold recordings, sold-out concerts and regular television appearances, the Supremes were the most commercially successful female group of the 60s. The brainchild of impresario and Motown president Berry Gordy, they epitomized his label's sound.
Barry used to joke and say that the Motown sound was rats, roaches, guts, and love, and people started to take us literally. I mean, they really thought there was rats and roaches. No, there was not any. None of that.
Gordy groomed all his groups, but paid special attention to the Supremes, sending them to charm school to win yet more hearts.
It was sort of a finishing school, but it was really an education for girls, learning little things that we needed to know, like eating with certain forks and spoons and how to sit in a certain way. And it's very important to be young ladies. That was our image. It was very important. I mean, I've changed now. I'm still a kid as far as makeup and hair and all that. I just love doing that. It's play and costumes. Get dressed up, go on stage.
Gordy had special plans for Miss Ross, and in the late 60s he changed the group's name from simply the Supremes to Diana Ross and the Supremes. Finally, in 1969, Diana Ross went solo, immediately notching up regular #1 and top 10 hits, enough in fact to land her a place in the Guinness Book of Records earlier this month, receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award for 51 solo hits and over 20 from her time with the Supremes, spanning a career of 30 years. Forever modest about her success, Miss Ross puts it all down to the music.
I've been lucky to find really great songwriters, starting from the beginning. I would not be still here if the music wasn't good. You know, I think it has to do with the music being good, and that's really how I see it. Also, you know, I'm very involved in my integrity and honesty and all of those things, and I really do think that those things really, in the long run, are the things that are lasting and have longevity.
Integrity and honesty are two qualities instilled in Diana from a very early age by her mother, a woman whose influence on her daughter's life has been immeasurable.
You're my one shining moment.
My mother was very much into keeping her word and integrity and things like that, and I think that's become a part of who I am, very much so. And I really think that I was able to have my career and my family, my children, because of my mom. Right now I'm finding it very difficult to travel, to leave my children, because there's nobody that, you know, can help you raise your children as, I mean, you know, I don't like leaving my kids, that's it, bottom line.
Every time you touch me, I become a hero.
I'm so proud of these little boys, you know. I had 3 girls, and then I had these little boys, and they absolutely own me. I mean, they just own me. I'm in love with my little boys. I love my children. My older girls are grown up now, and all of a sudden at this age, for me to have these little boys, it's just wonderful.
It's hard for Diana to imagine a life outside of the glamour and glare of fame and fortune. And though very grateful to her public, she's acutely aware of the price she's paid for her success.
I think maybe if I hadn't gone in show business, I would have been a very private person. So I've had to kind of switch my life and turn this private person into a public person and understand that it's part of what the work is. Part of singing is to be able to give of yourself. I find it difficult raising children. There's a burden of being a celebrity and, you know, trying to keep balance in your life. You know, just how you spend, how you take care of yourself, taking care of your health. There's many times that it's hard to be a celebrity, many times.
The most successful female singer of all time.
Baby, baby, where did our love go? Upside down, boy, you turn me. Why do fools fall in love in the middle of a chain reaction when you tell me that you love me?
30 years of Diana Ross, one woman.
She is one of the most famous and successful women in the world. And though she may share her name with that other mega famous Diana, the Princess of Wales, there really is only one Diana Ross. And it was Miss Ross who was honoured last night in a reception at the St James's Court Hotel in London, where she officially entered the Guinness Book of Records as the most successful female singer in chart history, with 150 US and UK hit singles and albums since 1963, plus a Guinness Lifetime Achievement Award for her services to the industry.
I was surprised today when he said I've had a hit record every year for 30 years. I can't believe it. I mean, I don't think I even knew that at all. You just keep trying to make good music.
Now, considering you have been so successful over 30 years, I'm quite surprised you've waited till now to bring out the box set and the memoirs. Why did you wait?
I think timing, somehow things have its own way of having its own timing, you know? It just seemed like I never thought that I would write these memoirs either. But every time I would pick up one of the old songs to listen, I would talk about some memory, and I was persuaded by friends of mine to put that on tape, girl. So I did.
Sometimes I wonder, I didn't understand.
Of the 3 Supremes, Diana, Florence Ballard and Mary Wilson, no one thought that Diana would become the great solo star. She was not considered to be the beauty of the group or its best singer, but she was undoubtedly the hardest worker and remains a perfectionist to this day.
I feel so broken-hearted.
I know I have learned enough in being a perfectionist that at certain points you have to let go and let, my little saying, let go and let God. You know, you let go and let things take their own course. But I will fight with a project till I know that I've done all I can do with it to make it its best, and then I let it go. I fight a lot, not fight in physical sense, in America about what I think is the best record, and you know, you don't always get the same kind of agreement. When I was at RCA, it was always, you know, trying to help them to believe in the music. Because after you spend a couple of years, the first 15, then 20, after a while they're ready to move you aside for, you know, the new crop, which I think is really okay. But if the music is good, then you have to keep fighting for your music.
Why do birds sing so gay?
It's an attitude that has given her a fearsome reputation and a host of nicknames, such as Ross the Boss. But in spite of the obvious importance she places on her career, there are some things far more precious to her than that.
My family, my children are my priority. That comes first, and then everything else has to work around that. And so luckily, that means that I had to make specific choices about my career. And when you do that, you don't take everything, you do what you think is the most important thing.
She is just about to re-release Chain Reaction in this country, which went to #1 the first time around, to see if it can work the same magic again. Diana has paid her dues, that's for sure. But the question remains, what is it that makes her such a firm favourite, outgrossing and outloving so many of her musical peers?
I'm not a great singer like Aretha, and I'm not able to use my vocal cords in those, gymnastic kind of ways, but the sounds are usually melodic and pure. So that's as far as music. As far as my work and my image, I think a lot of that has to do with my upbringing. And I think because of my foundation, I have a lot of integrity in my work. And I think when you always try to do the right thing, just keep doing your best and do the right thing, those things kind of win out in the long run.
From Buckingham Gate, this is Sonia Saul for London Tonight.